Is web design dead? If so, why did a 2 week landing page I completed months ago bring in 13K? Why did I recently close a 45K 3 month contract? And why a project I closed just a few days ago with an aerospace company bring another $10,000? If web design were really dead, this would not keep happening. So no, web design is not dead, okay? Weak web design is dying, and that distinction matters. Companies still need websites, they still need attention, trust, clarity, and people take action, right? What AI is compressing is generic execution, a standard layout, a clean hero section, a few cards, a modern typeface, a familiar template with different words, work that used to require a designer. Basically, some of the work that used to require a designer can now be produced in minutes, right? So if your entire value is making screens look reasonably good, then yes, you should be concerned. Not because the opportunity has disappeared, but because the standard has moved. Let me show you what that actually looks like. There is this amazing nonprofit organization called Black Girls Code, and they came to me with a fast timeline and a page that felt dated, right? On paper, the brief was very simple, just redesign the landing page, but that was not the real problem. The old page, as you can see here, was not super ugly. It was credible, clear, and safe. It had a standard nonprofit brochure structure, a hero image with text on top, predictable stack sections, a soft neutral palette with their trademark orange, and a lot of explanation, right? It did its job, but it undersold them. It made a serious tech and culture organization read smaller and more generic than the level it was actually operating at, right? That was the problem, not the pixels, the perception. So I did not just polish the old page. I changed its category. As you can see here, I used a bold orange LED palette, strong contrast, electric blue, more expressive typography, and basically an editorial, almost poster-like layout, right? More energy, more confidence, less brochure, more modern tech and culture brand. Same facts, different perceived level. Now imagine I handed AI the old page with only the instruction to make it better. It would. It would probably improve the spacing, clean up the typography, and modernize the sections. It would give me a cleaner version of the same problem, basically, because AI optimizes the brief you give it. The real move was recognizing that make it better was not the right solution. The right solution was make this brand feel like the level it is actually operating at. And after seeing the result, the client told me this. That line is the whole point. The value was not a nicer screen, right? It was a shift in how the brand gets perceived. That is not decoration, that is direction. And there are levels to this, right? Four of them actually. Level one is the tool operator, right? They ask what tool, what prompt, what template. They hand the old page to AI, type make this better, and ship whatever comes back, right? Cleaner, same category, same problem. If the tool changes, they are lost. Level two is the screen decorator, right? This person can actually make it look good. Better palette, tighter spacing, cleaner sections. And this is the trap, right? Because the decorator could have delivered a genuinely nicer page. It would look better, it would still undersell them. Polish is not direction. Level three is the website builder. They take a design and ship it as a real working website, right? Responsive, fast, solid. This level matters. Execution is where many projects die. But if the direction is wrong, great execution gets you to the wrong place faster, right? A flawless build of the wrong quote unquote solution, it's still the wrong solution. Level four is the director. Same brief, different question. Is this even the right problem? That is the level that catches the wrong perceived category before touching a single pixel. And here's the thing, everyone starts at level one. I did. I started as a tool operator, right? Like almost everyone. Chasing software, copying layouts I did not understand, making things look right without knowing why they worked, right? Nobody's born a director. So if you are at level one right now, that is not the problem. That is just the start, okay? The problem is not being an operator. The problem is staying one because level one feels safe. The tools tell you what to do. There is always a new tool to learn. You can stay busy for 3 years and never actually move, right? Climbing is slower. It's less about the next tool and more about how you think. Can you identify the real problem? Can you tell when a brief is wrong? Can you understand what the audience needs to perceive? Can you direct the tool instead of waiting for the tools to direct you? The climb is different between someone AI makes easier to replace and someone AI gives more leverage, right? AI can help you research, write, design, and build. But more and easier output doesn't automatically mean better work. Without judgment, you just produce more average work faster. The person who wins in this era is not the person with the most tools, and not even the person with the best design skills. It is the person who can decide what should be made, why it should exist, and whether it is working. For example, me, I don't consider myself the best designer in the world, right? Still, I'm more successful than many super skilled designers. Why is that? It's because I understand all the different parts of the puzzle. And that is exactly why I'm building the full AI web design course publicly. So let me be honest about why I'm releasing it for free here on YouTube. There are no ads or sponsorships on those videos, but I'm not going to pretend that there is no strategy behind it. As much as I love being a freelancer, there is a limit to what I can build alone. So I'm building the Web Designers Collective, a community, a talent pipeline, a group of designers developing the taste and judgment to work at a serious level. So I'm basically building an agency, but with a different philosophy than your traditional agency that hires freelancers, right? Basically, I got this idea from the Barcelona team, right? They have the like the football team, the soccer team. They have the like the youth academy, and then like the most talent players there, if they work hard and are consistent, they get to play for the first team. So it's basically the same idea. And this is the long-term vision. Obviously, it takes a lot of work and a lot of time as well. But that's where I want to take the Web Designers Collective. So when bigger projects come in, I want people I can trust who can actually work at that level. That is the strategy. It's like a win-win-win situation. You grow, I grow, and then we help businesses develop a strong web presence. That's the master plan, and it only works if it makes you better. So here's where to start. The full course is on YouTube for free, as I said before, right? And it does not open with tools, prompts, or software. It opens with Module 1, the director's mind. Because everything we just talked about, perceived category, the right brief, and decoration versus direction, none of it works until you change how you see the work. By the end of Module 1, you will know at what level you are and how to start climbing, okay? Not a director yet, but not longer lost, okay? That is the first real step. Module 1 is live now, and you can find the link in the description. I will see you there. And if you are interested in joining the Web Designers Collective, go to webdesignerscollective.com/join or click the link in the description.